What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and as I reported to you all in my last video, there have been several new bombshell allegations made against Ezra Miller just within the last 24 hours. Now, not one, not two, but 3 women have stepped forward accusing Ezra Miller of running a cult in Iceland. And if only there was someone out there that was trying to warn the world that Ezra Miller was forming a cult. If only there was like a YouTuber or something, like a handsome kind of husky guy that was just trying to tell everyone that Ezra Miller was forming a cult and was preying on young, unsuspecting women and children. Oh, turns out there was, and I'm right here. But you know what? I had to find out the hard way that some people are still too reliant on the establishment, meaning that some people will never believe that a story is credible unless they hear it from the mainstream media. I've been telling you all for months that Ezra Miller was displaying cult-like behavior, that he was acting like a cult leader, he was recruiting people like a cult leader, and that he was downright forming a cult. And now the mainstream media is reporting that 3 women have stepped forward accusing Ezra Miller of running a freaking cult in Iceland. Let's go ahead and check out the details. But I know this may come as a surprise to some, but it doesn't surprise me at all. This is just like one of those, I told you, I tried to tell you, you didn't want to listen. I've been trying to tell people for months. Hey, Ezra Miller is obviously forming a cult. This isn't just odd, weird behavior on Ezra's behalf. Ezra is trying to gather people who view him as if he's some type of God. I mean, for Christ's sake, Ezra Miller refers to himself as the second coming of Christ. He's even told other people that. And he is telling little kids who are confused about their gender, that they aren't really human. They're some type of, crazy like beings. And it's just all the way out there. But let's go ahead and see what these people have to say. Several women who met Miller during their 2-month stint in Iceland in the spring of 2020 have now spoken out on their relationships with Ezra, during which Miller was running a cult-like Airbnb rental out of Reykjavik, as sources allege. Listen, I'm going to tell you all right now, I'm not going to get the names of some of these places right. If you have a problem with that, feel free to cry in the comments below, but honestly, I will probably ignore it. But let's go forward. So the allegations are, as of right now, that Ezra Miller is running a cult out of a freaking Airbnb rental. He's like a low-budget cult leader. He doesn't have his own compound in Iceland, so he runs it out of an Airbnb. Now, we know he has his own land out in the U.S., but hey, I mean, maybe he owns land in Iceland now too. Who knows? Ezra Miller has plenty of money. He's going all around the world trying to recruit little people who he knows are down and out on their luck. Making them believe that they will have a better life if they live with Ezra Miller. A lot of these young women probably believe that Ezra will boost them into stardom, into fame. But in reality, Ezra Miller has ruined his own career and his own legacy and his own name. So if you think for 1 second that you can get any fame out of Ezra, you are a complete idiot and you are delusional. But let's go forward. Nobody was ever kind of allowed to disagree with him, one young woman said. So what Ezra Miller said goes in his little cult Airbnb. No one was allowed to disagree with Ezra Miller. If you disagree with Ezra Miller, he will go off the deep end. So he was already conditioning these women into not talking back, into not, doing what they want to do, but just following his orders and his directions. His reality painted everybody else's reality. There was no room. I don't know what the heck just happened outside. There was no room for anybody else's opinions or feelings. And this is what I've been trying to tell you all for all along. Ezra Miller would come into these young women's lives and he would try to make his reality their reality, or he would try to shape their reality for them. Like Takata, for instance. Takata never identified as a they, them, Gibson, or whatever the hell she's calling herself now before Ezra Miller came into her life and convinced her, oh no, you're not just gay, you are a different gender. Maybe you need to take this, maybe you need to do this, maybe you need to act like this, maybe you need to dress like this. All the while, Ezra Miller is still having sex and with Takata and all types of weird, creepy stuff. Oh man, it's a rabbit hole that I know some of you probably don't want to go down, but it's downright disturbing. So he will paint like everyone else's reality has to be his reality. No one can talk back to him. No one can even offer their opinions or feelings because their opinions and feelings may conflict with Ezra's. So basically, Ezra is in control of all of these friendships and relationships and what have you. Ezra is the dominant personality. You're just like a pawn in Ezra's little game. Ezra just surrounds himself with these people to make himself feel better about himself because Ezra only enjoys life when he's crapping on someone else, when he has someone else under his boot. That's why he likes this little cult, because he could boss them around, treat them how he wants to. And I believe that Ezra absolutely hates women. I think he has an issue with women, like a disdain for women or something like that, maybe because some trauma that he went through. But a lot of these men who try to pretend like they're women and then they try to compete in women's sports and act as if they're better than women, they do that because they hate women. And they often attack women, like Ezra Miller. He's always attacking random women. But let's go forward. Per the report, one woman who visited the house for a day in March 2020 recalled several mattresses spread out on the floor and compared the house to a commune. She was struck by how enamored guests seemed to be of Miller, hanging on his every word, seeming unfazed by Miller's mood swings. I felt like everyone was hypnotized, she said, then alleging various emotional outbursts from Miller. So she walks into the Airbnb. There's mattresses all over the floor. I'm assuming he has all of these cult members sleeping in the same room. They're probably all sleeping in the same room with him, doing him little favors, you know what I mean? Because the reality is, he acts as if he's this innocent guy, this innocent non-binary guy that just wants to help you with your life, when in reality, he just wants to bang you, just like any other normal guy. He wants to make himself seem like he's such as this mysterious pixie fairy queen, and I don't really know my gender, and I don't know what I like. In reality, this dude likes vagina, okay? Just like all other dudes. And he's desperate enough to claim that he's non-binary and do all of this weird cult-like stuff just to get some vag, okay? If you really want to put it plain and simple, this dude is going through all of these loopholes just to sleep with these young girls. Okay? That's the reality of it. So he's trying to get them in his little codes. He's acting as if he's non-binary. He's putting on dresses. He's going on the red carpet, dancing around like a fairy queen. When in reality, this dude likes women, and he's only doing all of this to, one, appease Hollywood, and to maybe get job offers, because if you act like this in Hollywood, you get a lot of job offers. But also he's using this as, one of his ways in which he recruits women. And, often their guards are down because he acts as if he's not just this normal straight dude. When in reality, he's just this dude that's trying to get vag like everyone else. So all of these beds are on the floor. They're probably having wild orgies. Who knows what type of weird crazy cult-like stuff is going on. But like she said, she compared it to a commune. And that's what Ezra wants. Ezra Miller wants to use his money and leverage it over other people who are less fortunate than him, other people who are maybe going through issues with their family and their loved ones. And, he pays for you to live. But on the other hand, you have to abide by Ezra's rules. Ezra gets to say and do whatever he wants, and you just listen. You're basically Ezra's human punching bags / sex dolls. He screws you when he wants, and he bashes you over the head with chairs when he wants. He talks to you how he wants. And then at the end of the day, you don't do anything about it because you're still stuck there, because you can't pay your own rent. You have nothing going for you in life other than the fact that you're an Ezra flunky. And that's what a lot of these people are doing right now. They're being Ezra flunkies. Ezra's little current girlfriend, she thinks that she's this superstar stripper, when in reality, she's just another flunky living under Ezra Miller's boot that will do what Ezra Miller says because Ezra Miller happens to be a millionaire. But that money's going to run out. Hopefully, Hollywood stops hiring this guy. I do not support cancel culture. I don't like people losing their livelihoods over certain things, but once it gets this far and you're grooming little kids, you're forming a cult of little kids who are all confused about their gender, then I don't think you should work anywhere anymore. Screw Ezra Miller. I could care less. I really don't think he should get any more roles. Let's just put it like that. But it's Hollywood. And at the end of the day, Hollywood loves this. All the big wigs in Hollywood are doing the exact same thing Ezra's doing. They're grooming kids. They're doing a lot of questionable things with underage minors. So, do you think they care? In fact, Ezra Miller probably learned it from them. But I am really happy that more people are stepping forward, and now people are starting to see the bigger picture here. That this isn't just random situations that Ezra Miller puts himself in and he hurts this person and maybe talks to this person. The reality is, Ezra knows what he's doing. He's trying to form this following. Why? I don't know. I guess some people just have that type of mentality. I think sometimes you get in Hollywood and you grow a super big ego and you just feel like you are the centerpiece of the world. Look at Jared Leto and other people who also have like their own little cults. But this just goes to show what I've been trying to tell you all. Some people will be utterly surprised by this news, and others who are subscribed to my channel will be like, Cinema Shogun was trying to tell me this 3 months ago. But hey, what can I say? I'm glad that I was on top of this story before the mainstream media. Now the mainstream media is coming around, and now people are having the courage to speak out. But I want you to have the courage to speak out. Let me know what you feel down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.